How many times have you allowed something simple to steal your peace? A traffic jam, someone bumping into you on the bus, or a coworker making an inappropriate comment. These little annoyances, no matter how insignificant they may seem, have the power to ruin your day. True wisdom lies in not letting these things ruin your mood or take away your peace of mind. Stoicism challenges us to express our best selves at all times, focusing on what we can control and accepting the rest with equanimity. Imagine living a life where small frustrations don't shake you, where your inner peace remains intact, no matter the circumstances. This is the power that Stoicism wants you to discover. It wants you to recognize your ability to deal with events constructively, taking responsibility for your prosperity and well-being. The practices and strategies we will share below will empower you to face life's challenges with calm and resilience, transforming impulsive reactions into thoughtful and constructive responses. But before we continue, I want to ask you to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Master the art of voluntary acceptance. Suffering is our psychological resistance to what happens. Events can cause physical pain, but suffering and inner turmoil come from our struggle against reality. When we get angry with the driver who cuts us off in traffic or despair when no Uber car accepts our ride, we are resisting what is. This battle is futile and only creates more suffering. Instead of fighting against every little thing that happens, the key is to learn to accept. If we resist reality, thinking that everything is against us, we will only suffer more. If this is the will of nature, then so be it, said the Stoics. It is like saying today, "Thy will be done." Recognizing that there is something greater than ourselves, and that we do not control everything around us, is essential to achieving serenity. Mastering the art of voluntary acceptance, that is, acquiescence to external events, even those considered negative, is fundamental. Epictetus taught that we must adapt to what happens, because then nothing will happen against our will, and nothing we wish for will not happen. It is wiser to accept reality and focus on what we can control. Think of a good poker player. He plays well, regardless of the cards he is dealt. In life, it is similar. It is not the one who is dealt the best cards who wins, but the one who learns to play the best. You cannot choose the hands you are dealt, but you can choose how to play them. If we accept, instead of resisting, we free ourselves from the frustration of wanting the world to be different. Thomas Edison is an inspiring example. At the age of 67, he saw his laboratory catch fire. Instead of despairing, he told his son, "Go get your mother and all her friends. They will never see a fire of this magnitude again." The next day, Edison began to rebuild. This is true Stoic acceptance. It is not passive resignation, but taking the initiative to get back on your feet. Edison accepted his situation willingly and made the best of what he had. This is what the Stoics advise us to do. Don't fight reality, adapt to it, and focus on what you can control. Marcus Aurelius compared events to a medicine prescribed by a doctor. Just as we take medicine, we should view events as nature's medicine to make us better. These events are there for us, not against us. Accept everything as if it were your choice. That way, you stop being a victim and become a responsible agent. Imagine living without the constant frustration of wishing the world were different. Why isn't my family different? Why isn't my relationship, job, or home different? We suffer from so many things that are beyond our control. Now, visualize the freedom to focus only on what is within your reach. I can learn to control my emotions, to be more dedicated, and to think before I speak. Practice the art of acceptance. Life doesn't have to be a constant struggle. It can be a harmonious flow, where we accept and learn from each experience, and use our strength and mental energy to change what we can truly control, ourselves. Turn problems into progress. One of the most effective formulas in history for overcoming negative situations is to see obstacles as part of the path. The essence of this teaching lies in our perception. You can bury your head in the sand when things seem to be conspiring against you, or you can keep your head up and look for opportunities for growth. The choice is yours. Within every difficulty lies a seed of growth. If we keep this in mind, we will realize that what is holding us back is actually what is propelling us forward. This is the beauty of Stoicism. It empowers us to transform what seems negative into something positive, simply by changing our perspective. Setbacks are the arena in which we exercise Stoic virtues such as courage, patience, discipline, and forgiveness. Nothing stops us from responding with virtue, it is always within our reach. That which blocks the path ends up becoming the path itself, giving us a new way of seeing life. Imagine a fire. Every obstacle is consumed and used as fuel. If there is nothing in the way, the fire goes out. You are that fire. We do not thrive despite challenges, but because of them. They shape us, strengthen us, and prepare us for future adversities. It is not the challenges that matter, but how you view them and act upon them. We can shrink or grow, and living wisely is about using problems to grow. Over time, you will become better at this, reaching a state of inner tranquility where nothing can shake you. You will feel ready to face whatever comes your way. Rise to whatever challenges life throws at you. If you are enjoying this content and want to learn more about how to apply Stoic philosophy to your life, subscribe to our channel and like this video. Start your day with a morning routine. For the Stoics, this routine is a crucial moment of mental and emotional preparation, a time set aside for introspection. Epictetus advises us to start the day by reflecting on what we want to achieve and how we can get closer to our goals, asking ourselves the following questions. What do I still need to do to free myself from negative emotions? And what does it take to achieve tranquility? These questions remind us that we are rational beings, capable of choosing our responses and shaping our lives with reason and virtue. This morning moment of reflection is essential to aligning our thoughts and actions throughout the day. Remember Marcus Aurelius' advice: begin your day by acknowledging the inestimable privilege of being alive, breathing, thinking, enjoying, and loving. This simple practice of gratitude puts us in a position of strength and positivity, preparing us to face challenges with a balanced perspective. By recognizing the intrinsic value of life, we gain a greater appreciation for the little things and a deeper sense of purpose. Marcus Aurelius also reminds us of the importance of preparing ourselves to deal with challenging people. He says, "Today and every day, you can be sure that you will encounter someone difficult." By anticipating these interactions, we can prepare ourselves with patience, forgiveness, and kindness. Mental preparation allows us to respond rationally and compassionately, rather than reacting impulsively. It is important to emphasize that you are not preparing to be against the world, but to act rationally in a chaotic world where not everyone will be as well prepared as you. Marcus Aurelius also reminds us that the people who oppose us are similar to us, not by blood or birth, but by the same mind. These people do not have the power to cause us pain or anger, they deserve our cooperation and understanding. Another aspect that the morning routine helps us remember is the impermanence of things. Every day, as we begin the morning, we are reminded that nothing is permanent, which helps us live with more awareness and balance. Seneca reflected on how what takes years to build can be destroyed in seconds. He said, "We live surrounded by things destined to perish. You were born mortal and gave birth to mortals. Evaluate everything, be prepared for everything." Any small event throughout the day can shake your peace and cause anxiety. Negative thoughts, upset coworkers, or small changes can generate great suffering. Be prepared for anything, as this is the essence of Stoicism in the morning routine. Starting your day with clear intentions and a prepared mind not only prepares you to face challenges, but also to overcome them with grace and wisdom. Turn your mornings into moments of empowerment and connection with your highest values. Use the weapons of wisdom by recording Stoic phrases in your mind. The Stoics summarized their principles in aphorisms, short phrases with great teachings. Examples such as live with arete, live with excellence, and live in accordance with nature are simple principles, but powerful tools for shaping our thoughts and character. These aphorisms work like popular sayings, such as lies have short legs, reminding us, in critical moments, of what really matters. By using them, we neutralize irrational thoughts and replace them with rational and useful beliefs. For the Stoics, it was essential to always have these beliefs on hand to be used when necessary. Stoic philosophy teaches that our thoughts shape our reality. When we allow negative thoughts to dominate our minds, our worldview and behavior deteriorate. That is why the Stoics created simple and clear principles, so that they would always be prepared for daily challenges. The simplicity and clarity of these phrases are essential to use them as mental weapons against negative thoughts and judgments. In the chaos of modern life, these weapons are even more important. The book Epictetus' Handbook exemplifies this well. This short summary of Stoic principles was an always available guide to face life's challenges. Just like the Stoics, we should always be ready to apply these teachings in our daily lives. Create and memorize your own phrases that help you remember your values and who you want to be. Ask yourself, what are my values? What do I want to defend? By answering these questions, you will begin to create your own maxims, or you can memorize historical phrases, such as "the color of my thoughts colors my life," "focus on what I can control," or "memento mori," "remember that I am mortal too." What can I control? What should I simply accept? These statements will be your essential weapons in the daily struggle to become the best version of yourself and face the challenges of the world. They will serve as a shield against negative thoughts and as a sword to cut through the illusions that prevent us from living fully. When problems arise, our principles provide us with stability and clarity. They are not just nice phrases, but practical tools that can transform our lives. These principles remind us to focus on what we can control and calmly accept what we cannot change. These mental weapons are essential for a happy and fulfilling life. Without them, we are vulnerable to the swings of fortune and unstable emotions. With them, we can face life's challenges with confidence and wisdom, always maintaining inner calm. So, keep your Stoic weapons close at hand. Use them to face daily challenges and constantly remind yourself of your values and purpose. This way, you will be prepared to live a life of excellence, aligned with nature and full of meaning. Leave a comment with your Stoic quote or personal aphorism. How has your life been? We forget that we are mortal and live as if we were going to live forever, stuck in routines and unimportant worries, until we realize that our time is finite. Only then do we wish we had started living life to the fullest, enjoying every moment and appreciating the little things that really matter. People do everything they can to stay alive, but when they are alive, they waste their time without realizing that it can end at any moment. The irony is clear: we fight for life, but we don't know how to truly live it. Do you live as if you were going to live forever, without thinking about your own fragility? Don't you realize how much time has passed and waste it as if you had infinite time? Every day you dedicate to something or someone could be your last. You act like a mortal when you fear something, and like an immortal when you desire something. These words from Seneca remind us of the urgency of living with purpose. Believing that we will always have enough time to do everything we want is a common mistake. This illusory sense of immortality makes us procrastinate, postpone dreams, and neglect important moments. However, by realizing this reality, we can change our mindset. When we recognize that we act as if we were going to live forever, it is essential to remember that we are mortal. This reminder should not make us despair or sad, but rather motivate us to act. We must combat procrastination, face our fears, and fill our lives with meaningful and grand experiences. Making each day count does not mean stopping having fun, but living consciously and with purpose. Watch your series or work less, but what matters is the awareness and determination that we apply to these activities. You can accomplish anything in your life and still be present. We need to be conscious in each moment, making intentional choices about how we use our precious time. This power of choice is in our hands, but are we really exercising it in the right way? Or are we that person who, overcome by regret, would give anything for a few more months of life to accomplish what we did not do? Look at your life right now. Have you lived enough? How has your life been so far? What more do you want to experience? Who do you want to be, and how do you want to live in this world? So why put your dreams on hold? Because something bad happened? Because today negative thoughts take up more space in your mind than gratitude? Why have you lost hope because of so many things that went wrong? These questions are essential to guide us towards a fuller and more authentic life. I want to be able to look back and say, yes, I made the most of it. I lived well, I was there for the people I loved, I sought to improve my personality, I built a relationship with God, I savored every moment of my life. It's not about trophies or social status, nor how much money you have in the bank, but about growing as a person, evolving as a human being. It's about thriving in values such as calm, patience, justice, kindness, perseverance, humor, courage, and self-discipline. The Stoics teach that what matters is not how long we live, but how we live. The quality of life is measured by the depth of each moment, not by the number of years. Let's use our time wisely, so that we can look back with a smile of contentment, instead of a sigh of remorse and regret. The key is to live intentionally, enjoying each moment as if it were your last. Don't let time pass you by unnoticed. Now, to learn more about the practices of Stoicism, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll answer you soon. You can live your own miracles. If you want something good, you must extract it from yourself, as Epictetus teaches. Stoicism makes us aware that we are responsible for our prosperity. Today, the word prosperity has become synonymous only with money, but if we think about the Bible, which is considered a sacred scripture, no definition of prosperity was exclusively financial. Prosperous people were wise and lived in harmony with the Word of God. Think about how many rich people we see in the news who committed suicide, are depressed, or live miserable lives despite having money. For the Stoics, a prosperous life is one in which we are closer to the virtues and our ideal self, where we thrive as human beings, exercising more kindness and love each day. We are responsible for the happiness in our lives. This is the most challenging and, at the same time, most attractive aspect of Stoicism, because this responsibility deprives us of any excuse for not achieving the happy and balanced life that we all desire. This is the most difficult aspect because it prevents us from blaming someone or something for our failures and challenges. Our peace of mind cannot be attributed to external factors. You cannot blame your partner for an unsatisfactory marriage if you have accepted to live with less love and complicity. It is not fair to blame the company for your stagnant career if you have not dedicated yourself to developing your skills and have closed yourself off to new opportunities. In the same way, we cannot blame life or God for our family or the place where we live, if at no time have we sought to re-educate ourselves emotionally and financially beyond what was offered to us. We are solely responsible for preventing the development of virtuous behavior and, consequently, for preventing ourselves from living a fulfilling life. The Stoics did not find happiness in the end result alone, but rather in the daily process of living with excellence, which should ultimately lead to the desired outcome. This focus on the process makes us the ultimate responsible for our own prosperity, as we have control over our actions in the present. Stoicism teaches that we are responsible for both our happiness and our unhappiness. By taking responsibility for ourselves, we increase our chances of achieving our goals. On the other hand, adopting a victim mentality and blaming external circumstances for our unhappiness makes it impossible to live a fulfilling life. We should not allow our past results to define our well-being or determine our emotional state. The Stoics remind us that external events and other people can influence how we live, but they cannot ruin our lives. Only we have the power to ruin our lives by allowing things outside of our control to affect us, and by not acting in the best possible way in the face of events. Our happiness should depend as little as possible on external factors, and this is achieved by focusing on what we can control and making the best of the situations we are presented with. Associating our happiness with some future event, such as "I will be happy when I achieve it," or "I will be happy when I do it," is the root of emotional suffering. It's like chasing the horizon. No matter how far you walk, you'll never reach it. True happiness lies in wanting less and being grateful for what we already have. We can't change the events of the world, but we can change the way we see them and what we choose to do with them. Choose to transform your life into a miracle. Choose to live wisely every day. I also want to remind you that each step you take towards a more conscious and intentional life is a victory. The journey towards wisdom, self-knowledge, and true prosperity is continuous, and each day is a new opportunity to grow and evolve. If you feel that this content has helped transform your worldview, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Leave your comment, share your experiences, and together we will build a community of people committed to a full and meaningful life. Until the next video, and remember, change starts now within you.